Hey guys, so I wanted to take a second to introduce you to the Microsoft Excel budget template that I put together. I know some folks had asked for it, so I want to just kind of talk about the way that this template's going to work for those of you who are interested in using it. Sorry, I felt like Coldplay would be a good way to introduce. Anyway, so just to give you guys a little bit of heads up on the way this works. This whole thing is over 2 pages in a Microsoft Excel worksheet. The first page deals with your budget, your expected expenses. The second page deals with your expenses. We're going to get to the expenses in a second. But we have to start here with the budget. So the way the budget works is you just have to predict how much money you think you're going to make and then spend in all these different categories. So you put your income up top, and then let's say your rent is $600 a month. You put 600 here, and then you just enter 600 in all the cells. If anyone's really familiar with Microsoft Excel, there's actually a way to do this a little bit faster using this little black box here in the bottom, and you just drag it over, and I want them all to be 600. It'll fix them all. So anyway, I've set up some categories here: housing, food, transportation. I left some categories blank because everyone is different in terms of the way they spend their money. Let's say you have loans that you have to pay off. So you might change this category from category 1 to loans. And the great thing is that it'll update it everywhere else in this spreadsheet, like down here, and anywhere else in the spreadsheet if you change the categories right here. So don't be afraid to just change the categories however you like. Once you've taken a little bit of time to enter in all of your expected expenses from month to month, you can take a look at a couple other things that are here on this front page. One is the per month budgeted income and expenses. So this tracks how much money you are expecting to make and how much money you're expecting to spend, and then how much you're expecting the inflow. Right now, the way the budget's set up, I'm losing about $100 a month. And then this one right here, the actual inflow keeps track of how much money you're actually bringing in every month. And the yellow bar here will tell you how much you're over or under budget. Right now, I was expecting to lose $100, but right now I'm not losing anything, so it says that I'm $100 under budget. Black is good, positive numbers are good, they mean you're under budget. Red, negative numbers are bad, it means you're over budget. Okay, just a couple other things I want to show you that are on this page. If we scroll down, this is an average expenses area that shows how much you budgeted on average for all your categories. And then it'll compare it against how much you actually spent in these categories and show you the percentage difference. Green here means that you're under budget, and red will mean that you're over budget, with the exception of donations and savings, because I know that giving more money away and saving more money than you want to are actually good things, not bad things. The last thing that I wanted to show you was the budget allocation. I think this is really interesting for those of you who might not have ever done this before, which is you take time to see how you're actually spending your money, what percent of your money is going to different things from month to month. And this is based off of these average ones that you have budgeted. So this isn't your actual expenses, but this is your planned expenses. So after you've taken time, remember, the only thing you have to do is change the information up here. After you take time to fill that in, we're going to head over to the expenses page, which is sort of the business end of this whole thing where you're going to be keeping track of your money. Okay, so when we move over to the expenses page, the first thing you're going to have to start with is right up here where it says start. And this is how much money you're starting with. If you want to go all the way back to the beginning of January, you could figure out how much money you had then and enter in all your expenses in January. But if you wanted to keep it simple, just start now. Figure out how much money you have right now, so like checking account, etc., and type it in. Let's say I have $2,000. I'll enter that in, and it'll update how much money I currently have everywhere in the Excel spreadsheet. So now let me show you the way this works. Let's say you have a rent check coming due at the end of the month, in the 4th week of the month. And let's say your rent is $600 like we said on the other side. So you would type equals 600 in this cell and then hit enter. And what it'll do is it'll deduct it from how much money you currently have, and it'll update your current amount of money up here, as well as updating all those other averages and all the other things that I have set up now. Let's say last week you went out to eat twice. The first time you went out to eat, it was $32.45. You would hit equals $32.45 and then put that into that category. Now let's say you went out to eat a second time. If you wanted to change this after you've already entered something in, you can just add to it. So you double click in the cell and hit plus, let's say we went out to eat a second time and it was $23 even. And now when you look on that cell, you see how it has both of the entries separately, but what it'll do is it'll add it all together. So far for the week in food, it's cost you about that much. Then let's say the next week you went grocery shopping and it cost you $54. You could just enter it in there, and then it'll add everything up together for the whole month, how much money you spent on food. And then let's add a couple other things. Let's say, I'm going to make up some numbers for transportation costs. Let's say my loan's $200 a month. I'm just going to make some numbers up here. Okay. And it'd be good if we made some money too, because your income is going to go over here in this green area. So let's say I got a paycheck in the middle of the month for $1,000. Okay. So now we can kind of see this whole thing in action. What this means is that you started the month with $2,000, and right now you have $1,800 because your inflow is actually an outflow because it's negative, and you're down like almost $200. The other things that I wanted to show you on this spreadsheet are right over here, which is your average monthly expenses. I think this area is really useful too. This will show you how much money you're spending on average for housing, food, transportation, loans, everything. And then this area, this blue bar here, is actually how much money on average you're spending every month. You can see your actual expenses here using this pie chart. That'll break everything down by category. And again, as you change these categories, they will all update. So if you wanted to change category 1 to, let's say, entertainment costs, it'll update and say entertainment. Cool. All right, if you guys have any other questions about how we enter information into the budget, don't be afraid to ask. I hope you found this video helpful.